I think we're live now. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I have my good friend Aurora Diamondheart with me. For those of you who don't know, I got to meet Aurora in person 2 years in a row at the Full Disclosure Now conference, and that's what we were just talking about. Behind the scenes, we were talking about we're hoping that Brian is able to pull that together this year because we all want to find a way to get together this year. Because we had such a cool group of people that hung out last year. But anyway, yeah, Aurora's awesome, and we were just also talking about that today is 2/26/26, so it's 26 squared. It's like 2/26/2026. So and we kind of just put this together last night because I didn't have any shows for today, and then I put together that show with Chili Man too. Anyway, a little bit more about my guest. At 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the one and only Aurora Diamondheart, known to many as the Blue Fairy. She returns to my show for a night of live psychic and tarot readings, multidimensional insight, and cosmic decoding. Aurora is the keeper of the blue flame, a solar feminine Melchizedek, and a highly gifted multidimensional psychic, tarot reader, and cosmic storyteller. She's recognized instantly for her signature blue frequency. She weaves together interdimensional awareness, soul path guidance, past life recall, and cosmic memories, magical experiences, and timeline work. And all that. She's like an avid conspiracy researcher and everything else. And so her readings kind of cut through the noise, and it'll hit you right where you need it to. And it's a lot that like a lot of truth seekers resonate with. So and she's also a returning fan favorite, and her energy always lights up the show. All that said, I'd like to give her a big warm welcome back to the show. Aurora, thanks so much for coming back on. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. I was just telling Rob here in the background, it's funny because of my last episode, the last show that I was on with him, he had mentioned that I would be on later in the month possibly, and my spirit guides kept telling me the 26th, that I was going to be on the 26th. And as I got closer to the date, I was like, well, I guess it'll have to be next month or something. And then literally he gets a hold of me last night, and he's like, hey, can you come on the show tomorrow night? And I'm like, oh, the 26th? Yeah, I get that's what I'll be doing. I was like, that's what
almost like you
I already knew I was going to be doing it. It was already a planned thing, so might as well.
Yeah. I just wanted to touch, I just thought about, we did have a really good group last year at the Full Disclosure Now conference. Yes. Like our little group that was hanging out the whole time. It was like me, you, Matthew's wife, Chastity. I'm trying to think what, why can't I place her name now?
I know who you're thinking.
She kind of stepped away from the community,
Piper.
That Piper, Piper was with us. Yeah. Like we had a cool crew, Like I'd like to see everybody get together. See that's one thing that I've noticed. Like I haven't seen anybody in our circle argue, but it seems like in general in the whole community, people are arguing. People are like kind of like either stepping away from the community or whatever. And then also, we're dealing with stuff like full moons, Mercury retrograde, which we're going through right now. Every time I date a chick, I tell her that like shit gets messed up during Mercury retrograde, and they don't want to believe me. But like, I think it's absolutely true. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's absolutely true. Like, it's like, I don't know, but like, how's everything going with you? And like, how do you feel about this Mercury retrograde?
Well, I have not had very good luck when it comes to Mercury retrogrades. I'll just say this, when it comes to signing contracts of any sort or like making a purchase, like don't do it. Like I tried not to believe in it, you know what I'm saying? And I totally messed up. And I literally bought 2 cars around the date of a Mercury retrograde, and I had issues with both of those, which Mercury retrograde also covers that subject too, cars and cars working and everything like that. So for as far as advice goes, like don't sign any contracts, don't go into buying anything new, right? No big purchases right now. But from what I just watched on my friend Mario's Facebook stories, he was talking a little, he's like a great astrologer, and he was talking about how this Mercury retrograde isn't just about like misplacing items or not signing contracts, that it's because it's a Mercury retrograde in Pisces that it's time for us to not look for reason and logic when it comes to certain weird things like that happening, because Pisces is all about delusion and it's all about weird things happening. It's all about bringing in the Christ consciousness energy and stuff like that. And it really resonated with me. I really liked what he had to say. So if you guys want to, you could go pop over to Unscripted Liberation Codes, and he's going to decode that a little more. I haven't had a chance to watch the new one yet, but I always go to him for my astrology updates because he knows what he's talking about for sure. Yeah.
And that's another person who was there last year who was hanging out with us is Mario
Yes.
Maharas. He's amazing. I love Mario, you know?
I can
Such a
never
nice
say his last name. Maharas. I got to get, okay. There. Thank you for saying his last name, because I never can say it and I always butcher it, and I always feel bad about that. So
yeah, he's
yeah.
awesome. Like, he really is.
I want our group to come back and hang out too. It's like literally, guys, like I've been hanging out with all these people at least once or twice a year for the past several years, and it's something that I always look forward to. It's something that literally gets me through the mundane dragging of normal life, is that knowing that I'm going to get to hang out with my soul family. And like that's why like we have to come up with a gathering. If that is not going down, we have to find some way to come together and do a gathering of some sort.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to ask you, like, I saw that you and Chastity were at a party like over Christmas. Like, I was like,
yeah,
I saw it on social media. I was like, oh, that's so cool that they, you know, like, and it seemed like you guys were having a blast at that place. Like, you know,
yeah,
like,
we did. It was Alex and Victoria Bloom. They were holding a little retreat. They do it every 12/12. And so we were hanging out. They rent this huge house, Airbnb, and a bunch of us get together. And I always forget that it's more than just a hanging out of friends, because they really like make it an actual like retreat. They have like activities planned, and like I got to pull tarot cards one of the days. I did. That's what I got to do. And everyone who comes there has their own unique talent to bring in. So they do presentations, and we had a costume contest, and I won that one. I was so happy about it. But yeah, it's a great time. And I feel like we need more of those. We need, like, it doesn't just have to be a conference where you have to pay a bunch of money to go and just hang out with people, because most of the time that's what we're doing for the most part. Rather, I mean, for the new people who want to listen to the speakers, most of us have heard what the speakers have to say at this point. So most of us are just trying to hang out with our friends. We need something more like that, because humans, we need that interaction and we need that contact to be emotionally healthy, you know?
Yeah. I absolutely agree. And you know, I'm thinking about trying to have something. I maybe I can. Hopefully, I can. I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna look into it. You know, if you could
find a way,
did it. You know that you know, because I'll, you know, like maybe we should get a team together or something. You know, like we should get like a, I don't know, like, you know, like maybe if we got like a team and we all tried to, I don't know, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of, you know, like I definitely want to do it though, for sure. You know, like I definitely do.
I think we totally could pull it off. I do. I think if we really put our minds to it, we could absolutely pull it off.
And I know so many people that watch my show that would come, that are in America, and even people from overseas that would want to come, because like I've been talking about doing something like this for a while on my channel, even when I had my old channel, you know, and everybody was down for it, you know. So, okay, McMahon, I didn't want you to think I didn't see your message. So yeah, I saw you donated. Yeah, that's what I think, guys. So you know, we are doing readings tonight. Now, anybody can ask for a reading, and I saw little Cam donated too. So thank you. But like, it's not, you're not obligated to donate, guys, but it does help out a lot, because I like to help out Aurora too. So like when you donate tonight, you'll be helping me and Aurora. So, you know, definitely try to support the show and support, you know, what we're doing here. Kay, you'll be first when we do start doing readings. But what did you think, real quick? Like, what was your reaction to the Epstein files? It's like everything we knew, like, kind of came true. You know what I mean?
It's like everything that we've been talking about since 2020, or even sooner than that. Some people even sooner than that. Yeah, it's like finally all the more general public is finally getting to know it. And it's like, okay, now that we all know it, now what are we going to do about it? Now what's going to happen? Because for me, I'm not trying to be a black pillar here by any means, because I realized I was like, oh shit, you know, I'm almost kind of fallen into that a little bit, because I'm just so frustrated and fed up with the fact that there's been no action. Like now we have they've given the evidence to the majority of the public here, and what we have, like one arrest that we like, Prince Andrew. There's been like a few of them, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, there needs to be way more that is done at this point. And I don't know how it's going to happen, But I was actually watching this video the other day, and it was about people and the looking glass technology that they had. And there was this girl in there in this TikTok story, and she was talking about her grandfather was involved with the looking glass project or whatever, and that he didn't even talk about it until he was getting ready to pass away. And he basically said to his daughter and his granddaughter that he was very sorry, but that what they saw was that the old system is going by 2070, that the old system would be completely dismantled and a new system would have to be built. But basically he was sorry because they were going to have to live through that dismantling, and I guess it wasn't going to be an easy thing. But so it did kind of give me hope. Okay, something is going down. Like, we are done with this as a collective. I feel like we need to be done with this whole satanic elite pedophiles running the world. Like, these people should not be allowed to walk down the street. I mean, did you hear the new thing that dropped? I saw today. It was on my feed. It was about Ellen DeGeneres and the fact that her girlfriend, Anne Heche, who passed away, that she basically ate her. She cannibalized her.
Cannibal? Oh my God.
Yeah, and they said that it was a known fact that Anne Heche's organs were harvested, but like, I would not put it past these people to have done this type of thing, especially Ellen.
Absolutely. You know what was weird? Like, I saw this. Someone said that like it was on mainstream news that like supposedly like Hillary, testified today about the Epstein files, but like, what is she honestly going to say? Like, I don't even think she could cover for anything she's done at this point. Like, people know she's basically like a mass murderer. You know what I mean? And like, it just goes on with the Clintons. It's like forever. I don't even like to bring up their name because like I feel like they got a long arm reach, and that like, I don't want them fucking with me. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it. I feel you, especially considering that they're into the occult practices and stuff like that. You just feel like they have their little spidey senses out there and can feel their name being called or something like that. But I mean, she was
they're probably active in the Astral. No, sorry.
She was the one that was responsible for like the whole Frazzle drip video, wasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, like that's. I mean, this is just.
My friend showed me that. I had to watch it on BitChute, but when I watched it, I was like, "Holy fuck, man!" I was like, "This is like," I was like, "What kind of world are we living in?" You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I had so much hope for Trump, because I felt like he was outside of the system. I didn't feel like he was a Republican or Democrat. Like, okay, of course he's in the Republican Party because he has to be, but I felt like he was outside of the system, or I wanted to at least believe that. You know what I mean? I'm like 50-50 right now, but I'm not like totally against them. Like I still want to believe there's hope.
I still would like to believe there's hope too, but I don't know if I personally believe that there's much hope in Trump at this point. And I know that might get me some flack from some people out there who are still wanting to really support him and think that he's just doing these 5D chess moves. But the thing that gets me, and if you just look at it, okay, is that he was in bed with Israel pretty much from the beginning, because his daughter is married to some, I forget what his name was, Jed Kushner or something like that. Yeah. And he is known to be working for Israel, with Israel. So it's like, it just felt like something happened to him when he got into office this time. And it was like, I don't know if his life got threatened or he got blackmailed, but even when I connected to Charlie Kirk, he was the one that even told me that like they have Trump by the balls, basically.
Well, I would say this. I would say for sure that if we go to war with Iran, that's basically, we're fighting somewhat of Israel's war. Like,
100%.
And that, I don't like that. That doesn't sit well with me.
No, exactly. And he was supposed to be the peaceful president. He was supposed to be the one that no new wars. You know what I'm saying? So if he's basically gone back on almost like a bunch of his promises that he made to us. To put America first, not Israel first, then America. It's not 51 states plus Israel. I remember they did something like that, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, what are we even doing here? Who was it that when they, yes, did you see the Tucker Carlson video where he interviewed, what is that guy, the ambassador for Israel? I can't remember.
I heard he got detained in Israel.
He did. They harassed his producers and stuff like that. He said it was the weirdest thing, but he basically was trying to call out to open the eyes of the ambassador of Israel, and saying like, so who exactly would be considered part of the original Israelis, like the DNA from the original Israelis that would supposedly be promised this land. And he tried to justify it, tried to explain it. And he was like, but if you look at Bibi Netanyahu, he doesn't even practice Judaism. So if it's just about the Jewish state, that he's not even someone who practices it himself. His parents weren't even born in Israel. They came from some other Eastern European country.
People say that they're Khazarians, that they're Khazarians.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
And they say that they're pretending to be Jewish, which gives the Jewish people a bad name. Because I always say this, I'm like, I can't be racist towards a whole group of people, because I know there's people just like me and you over in Israel, and they want the best for their country. You know what I mean? They're not causing war problems. They're not doing anything to Palestine. They're not, you know what I mean? They just want to live their life. You know what I mean? But like, it's the governments of the world. It's the shadow governments and the, you know, the Nazis and the Vatican and the Zionists and the Islamists, and like, I could name groups, the Black nobility and the Jesuits and the 13 families and the Rothschilds. It's all that. You know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
I think it's all that together. You know, like it's, you know, and like, I believe somewhere that, like, you know, the Zionists and the Nazis are working together. Like, Ukraine's a good example of that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I believe that. I'm sure you're right on that one. Yes.
You know, so I don't know. I mean, it's frustrating, you know?
Well, and it's frustrating too, because they want, like, because these people flip flop between whatever religion they need to in order to remain in power and doing their just absolute insanity when it comes to killing the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't realize, like, they want us to focus on, okay, the Holocaust happened and that was horrible for the Jewish people. I mean, I know I watched Schindler's List when I was younger. You know, I absolutely was like, that's the most horrible thing that ever happened, was the Holocaust for us. But they don't talk about things like the Bolsheviks that got killed, that were Christians. They got absolutely slaughtered by the millions. That was just as much as the Holocaust in Russia.
There was an Armenian genocide too. The Armenians got slaughtered as well.
Yeah. Exactly. But we don't have to sit there and bow down and act like we're less than to those people because of the fact that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, this doesn't even make sense. So it goes to show you that there's some real psychological warfare going on. Like, this really is a spiritual war. 100%.
I think so too, you know, and I think a lot of it ties into, like, the human trafficking and, like, you know, off-world trafficking, and, like, you know, and that's, like, you know, it's fucked up, you know, the more that Epstein's files come out, the more horrible it gets, the more wretched it is, and the more I can't stomach it, you know.
I know. And listen, I already did stomach it back when I was researching it to begin with. I mean, I remember the Fall of the Cabal series. Do you remember that series? The woman who actually made it, she passed away or something. Yeah. And I remember, and I even tried to share it with my mom. My mom couldn't even get through all of it. And my mom got frustrated at me for sharing that with her. And I remember the part that stuck out to me the most, though, that was like the most horrendous to have to actually sit there and listen to, was this audio tape they had of supposedly John Podesta, who likes to go by the nickname of Skippy. And he was clearly, like, torturing a young girl and forcing her to call him Skippy. And it sounded just like him, you know, and it was like, and this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to our children.
That's the whole Pizzagate, right? Like, that's like, you know, and if you look into, like, what Ryushin researches, there's, like, Comet Ping Pong, where you know, and they have that. What's weird about that place is they have the picture of the aliens playing ping pong. So that ties into like how Carrie Cassie talks about the whole adrenochrome highway. And, like, you know, off-world trafficking, and, you know, it's really sadistic, you know.
Let me tell you, what popped in my head just now as you were talking about that. I mean, there are signs people have been trying to tell us for a long time, but it brought to my mind this music video and this song called "Alien Days" by MGMT, and basically in the video it shows like a man and a woman, and she's pregnant, and they're like worried about the baby's getting ready to come, and then what actually gets birthed is this blue orb, and then they take it, and it's like, this is what they've been taught to do, and they take it and they put it down this tube, and this tube goes to this alien spaceship, basically, where the aliens, it's basically going into a dish of like caviar, and the aliens are eating it.
Wow.
So it was like right there, they're telling you
Holy
like,
shit.
oh, they're eating our children. Like they're eating us. Like,
Yeah. It is all foretold.
yeah.
I'm
MGMT has a lot of good videos, guys. If you ever want to go down and see what they've been trying to tell us, they have like they basically went over the trans agenda in one of their videos too, called "It's Working." Like they tell us a lot.
Yeah,
Have to
this is
listen.
Indigo Angels in the audience. She says that Hillary, I put it up on the screen. She says Hillary just testified today on Pizzagate. I guarantee she lied. She probably didn't say anything truthful. I can't think that she would say anything credible. You
If
know
it's
what I mean?
even her, not one of her clones or her body doubles. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you see the Ghislaine Maxwell one?
She always has resting bitch face too. You know what I
Like,
mean?
she
Hillary.
looks
She always has like
completely different. Who was that woman? Yes, she does have good resting bitch face. But who was that woman they put out in front of us? They didn't even have the same eyes. I'm just like, and she just happens to have a hairstylist on hand in the prison that she's at, where she just manages to keep her hair perfectly cut. And the like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm a doubter.
Okay, real quick, and we're going to get into the readings, guys, here in a second. But what do you think about Epstein? Do you think he's still alive? Because there was pictures of him supposedly in Israel, and then there was pictures of him in Lebanon too. So he supposedly he's over. And I said, "Oh God, those poor people." I said, "He's probably over there. He probably set up some human chop shop, and he's probably like just butchering people and raping everything." You know what I mean? Because like he has free reign to do anything he wants in these Middle Eastern countries because like nobody knows who he is. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't know. That just scares me if he is alive.
It sucks because for the longest time I have felt like he's been deceased. You know what I'm saying? But it does seem to feel right about the body that they put as his was, I think they said it was Hillary Clinton's brother who had died like a few weeks or months beforehand. They just saved his body to be the body devil. But I don't know. I had really big visions, and when I tapped into it back when he was originally arrested and didn't kill himself, you know what I'm saying? I think he did. I don't know. I think he did die, but seeing some of this stuff, like how did someone use his Xbox account then, or his play Fortnite on his account? Like that I don't know. It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe he is out there somewhere. And I mean, he had the money and the connections to do it. But have you ever heard him talk? I never heard his voice until just the other day. When they dropped an interview that he had done with some.
He did one with Steve Bannon, and it's creepy because what's so creepy about it is like the fact that he can talk to your face like he's a normal person, but then you realize like that behind the scenes he's like he's basically like he has the mentality of a serial killer. He's basically a serial killer.
He's a child. I mean? He literally sounded like a child to me. I couldn't believe that was the voice that he had. Like, he literally does not sound like he's smart at all. He sounds like a thug. He sounded like a thug to me. And to top it off, at one point I did see an actual video when I was going down those rabbit holes and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it was a real video of him literally teaching people how to torture. He was doing a torture video where had this woman. She was on this grass and she was tied down. She was bound down and she was naked. And he was taking a magnifying glass and he was burning her with it and just watching her.
Oh my God.
He was like, talking to the camera and he was like telling like, this is how you do it. And it was like, this guy is trash. This guy is nothing but a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He's not smart. These people, they're not smart. Like they want us to believe that they're all smarter than us, and they're not.
That's what I was saying too. Yeah, I believe that too. They believe that because they have more better education than us, and that they've been schooled like in like 33-degree Masonry, whatever you want to call it, Illuminati, New World Order shit. That they're better than us, and they feel like they can control us. But that shit has to end. And I think if we unite, we got to look past politics. We got to look past I realize it's hard to deal with some of these people on the left that are pushing like trans agendas and all this crazy shit. I mean, you can see that the left is absolutely demonic, but like for the normal people out there, I think we need to get past our minor differences and unite, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And find a way out of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause it really upsets me what happened. It really it's disgusting.
Me too. It's upsetting. And it's just so frustrating to just not be able to get people to band together when it comes to stuff like this, because they've done such a good job at making sure to break the individuals down, all of us, humanity. They poisoned us, they brainwashed us, they used MK Ultra basically on us, and now we have to all do the personal work, the personal shadow work. Like, it starts at the individual level. People have to reach that certain state of awareness, and they have to do it on their own terms. Like, you can always, it's like the saying, lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. And what's so frustrating, and you got to stop and think about this for a second. Think about those people who were woke up like 2-3 decades ago, and they knew about this stuff, and they couldn't wake anyone else up. And
like Mel Gibson,
waiting, yeah, right.
Mel Gibson like said 10 years ago that the Hollywood elites were like satanic pedophiles, and
Yes.
everybody thought he was crazy. Now It's like everything he said came true. You know?
Absolutely. And it's taken so long. So it's like, I guess we should look at that as progress, that humanity is slowly starting to like kind of open its eyes to it, but there's still people out there that like really just won't even hear it, and they won't even, and it's like, but we're starting to get that majority, I think. But then it just goes to ask, like, okay, well then what's the next step? Like, we need to get together, and we need to come up with a plan, because the dark side that's what they've been really good at. They've been really good at organizing and following through on plans, and they keep the people who are working for the good of the world and the benefit of the world, they keep us disorganized. And I just get this feeling like prayer really does help, as much as it might seem like such a small thing to do. Like, how can that really affect anything? But it does work. It does, like, getting your connection to God and really tuning into that and asking for assistance, like, and allowing God to work in mysterious ways. Because I think a lot of people get hung up. Like, for me, I'm all about manifesting, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people get hung up on not knowing, not being able to envision or know how it's possible. Let's say they want a certain dream to be fulfilled, right? And it's like, well, I want that, yes, but I can't imagine or envision how I would get to that. So they just give up on the dream. It's like, no, sometimes you have to let the universe work its magic. And that was, to bring it all full circle back around, that is what Mario Maharaj was saying about this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, was that we need to open up our minds to mystery, basically. Allow the mystery to come and present itself in our lives. So let's ask God, like, help us figure this out. And we won't be picky about how you get it done, but please help us figure this out, because children in the world are really suffering. The most innocent in the world are suffering. And
and even even women are suffering, and even men too. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, of course, yes. It's so sad. It's heartbreaking.
I saw some Epstein survivors came out. A couple were women, and one was a guy. And I was like, he was just fucking over everybody. You know what I mean? It seems like he just had his claws, and like it was just it's really gruesome. It's next level psychopath stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like he could be studied for his psychopathy. You know what I mean? Like, how crazy.
Absolutely.
It's
who else I think could be studied for their psychopathy? I just have to get this dig in there, because I'm big into this right now. Erica Kirk. Let me tell you, this woman wrote this entire huge long open letter about Erica on X not that long ago, and Candace Owens was reading it on her podcast, and I think this woman like nailed it. And it was basically like because I can't watch her. I can't watch Erica do her speeches. There's just something off and something weird about it. And so this woman was basically explaining that the reason so many of us can't watch her is because she's a true psychopath, because there's no continuity between the words she's saying and the emotions that she's showing. She's not giving off the proper body cues and body language to let us know that she's really feeling these things that she says she's feeling. You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess apparently that's where the disconnect comes, and people just can't.
So I take it you're siding with Candace in that whole thing. Like you're a big fan of Candace.
100% Candace. Yes, 100% with Candace, because she brings the receipts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else does the other side have? They don't have none of the receipts that she does.
Yeah.
You know?
I like Candace. I like her.
Yeah, I love her a lot. Yeah, I pray for her.
Like Indigo Angel was the first one to tell me to start watching Candace, and I started watching her, and now I like her content. You know, I like the fact that she started getting into like more like woo, like conspiracy like stuff. You know, like it seems like she's going like deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. you know, and it's interesting to
Oh
watch.
yes. Oh yes. Well, you know, it's so funny because she did that. We talked about this, I think, last time. She did that whole episode on Project Looking Glass and all that type of stuff and ancient Sumerian technology and everything like that. And she said that basically, like, you know, TPS, that their whole team, they basically freaked out. And she really couldn't understand why they were freaking out about that. But now we find out that Erica Kirk, when she was a girl known as Erica Fronsby, that she was actually going to a school that I think her mother had started. It was a Tesseract school. That's what they named it, Tesseract. And it was like called Looking Glass. Like she literally went to a school named after it. She literally went to a school named after it. So,
wow,
like,
that's insane.
Stuff to think about.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could get started with the reading. So I'll get to Kay first because Kay donated before the show. So thank you, Kay. And let me see what she sent a message in PayPal. She says, "Hi, Rob. This is Kay McMahon." She says, "May I please have a general reading with Aurora?" She says, "Thanks and looking forward to a great show." And yeah, and I'll put links in the description, guys. If you want to donate, you can. And like I said, it helps the show and it'll help both of us because I want to, you know, give Aurora something at the end of the night. And so, like, you know, we'll definitely like support the show and and all that stuff. And but man, I could talk to you about conspiracies for like ever, you know, like
I know, me too. It's fun. It's fun.
It is. But like, you know, I wanted to shuffle. I hope we can honestly make headway, you know. I hope like now that this stuff's being uncovered that we can all come together and we can like overthrow the elites. I know that sounds crazy, but like I think that's what we need to do, you know.
I think so too. I think the structure that we have set up needs to completely just come down. It needs to at this point. It's not serving humanity in its best interest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and shuffle for Kay McMahon. Thank you for being here, Kay.
James Bartley's in the audience. Oh, that's awesome. James Bartley says,
"Hi, James."
He says it seems to be people. He says it seems to be that Erica Kirk's pretending to be human. He said he thinks she's entity infested. He says he's referring to Erica Kirk. I can put that up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. She seems like an absolute demon to me, in my opinion. I mean, you can just tell by looking at her eye. Like and you got to realize this. Like she's been, and sorry, I will get to pulling the cards in a second, but you can tell, like, especially because her mom was involved in the military and stuff. It just seems like she has definitely had some heavy MK Ultra programming done to her, and who knows how her mind even works. I heard she's basically like a pathological liar, and that from the what is it, the episode today that Candace did, she basically was showing that like all her ex-boyfriends and stuff were all like on their way to fame, basically. Like this girl has been gunning for the top ever, like through her mom's insistence. That's the thing. Like her mom has been pushing her and is the one that's speaking the most in her ear for her entire life. So this is it's really interesting. We shall watch how it plays out. Okay.
No.
Okay. Tuning in. Okay. One more shuffle, then we'll pull. I do have a request that you please assist me in doing these readings tonight. I need to know what would. Okay.
And I just want to say to like the whole audience, like I try not to take sides in all this stuff. I try to be as neutral as I can about everything. You know, I am conservative and I'm right leaning, but I do like, you know, I try to examine everything from a neutral perspective. You know, I think that's the best way to be. You know, you just call out the bullshit when you see it or anything wrongdoing. You know, like that's kind of where I'm at with it. Sorry, you're tapped in. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You can talk in the background. You're fine.
Oh, there's Joanna LeBlanc. Hey, Joanna.
Hi, Joanna. Oh, I forgot to put that in the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Hi. Okay. So for Kay McMahon, so the first card that we got for you today is the Five of Cups. Okay. So what this tells us here, okay, because cups are all about emotions. This tells us that you might be stuck at, like a lot of us actually right now, you might be stuck in a little bit of a place where you're focused more on the things that you've lost and them feeling emotionally bad about those types of things. Like you may be focused on that, more than you are the positive things that are still in your life. So you could be having a little bit of just a negative outlook, a little bit of a negative perspective. So like maybe it's hard to get out of that. You're feeling depressed possibly. But the thing about the Five of Cups is that I love is that the Two of Cups is right behind them. So it's like when you're ready to turn around and you're ready to move forward. So perhaps maybe you're looking at the past. And so now, like they're telling you, if you want to get out of that type of energy, you need to turn around and you need to look forward in front of you, because it's almost like when you're walking into the future, you're walking towards God. Okay. And God is like the sun. So he's shining on you. So when you're turned around and you're re-examining the past, a lot of times like you'll see shadows. That's what you're going to see, and it's not always fun to see those types of things. So turn back around. Okay, let's focus on God and the light. Okay, and let me tell you, if you do that, then we will get a turnaround, because right now what's happening with you is I feel like you have I feel like there's been an activation lately for a lot of us where we're starting to realize more and more that what we think about and what we're putting emotional energy into, which, emotion is just energy in motion, right? What we're putting into it, we're going to get back to us. Okay. Like the world is basically a giant mirror. And so right now you're in a period where you really need to be mindful of what you're thinking, because what you're thinking about is going to manifest in bigger and quicker ways than what you realize it possibly even could. So if you're able to turn around and focus on the positive, let me tell you something, you're going to have a wish fulfilled. Okay, because this is the wish card right here. This means that you're going to be granted something that you really, really want. Okay, but that's going to have to come at you being able to turn back around, focus on feeling those feelings, and then they will come, and they'll come in an abundance. Okay, because this guy definitely has, you can tell he's oversatiated here. Like he's got even more of abundance, to the point where you'll have so much emotion that you might even need to pour some of it out a little bit here and there, because it's like, wow, it's like so overwhelmed with all this, and it's in a positive way. So look forward to that. Lastly, the hidden energies we have around you is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this guy, he is on a journey. He's still in his self-discovery. Okay, now this could be a man or a woman. Okay, but they're still in this phase of self-discovery, and especially learning how to use their words and how to communicate with people in a way that is direct, that is clear, that is helpful. Okay, this the Knight of Swords, he's really good at helping other people when it comes to maybe verbal arguments and stuff like that. So maybe you could be a little bit of a mediator of sorts, and you're getting really good at it. So just keep focusing on that you're learning new ways of expressing yourself. Okay. And perhaps that will even help you when it comes to figuring out how exactly you're going to get yourself to turn back around and focus on the positive things that you want, because you're going to get more of them. I'm telling you, you're in a period right now, you're going to have what you think about and feel about is going to have big effects and impacts in your everyday world. So just look out for that. And that is my message for you, Kate McMahon. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm looking for the next one. Let me see here. Okay, here's here. I'm just pulling up. It's Indigo Angel, and I wanted a reading next. Yeah. I just put up any random comment just so you can tap into their energy, But she's right about that. Ilhan Omar
she is right about that. Yes, she is. I think me and her have a lot of common shared beliefs. I get the feeling.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you guys would get along really well.
Yeah, I could tell. Mm-hmm. She's cool. She's a cool girl. I like her. Like her energy. Okay. So.
Yeah, me and her have been doing shows for like 3 years now. 3 or 4 years.
Aw. That's so cool. I just keep seeing you, and I keep seeing that hat that you always wear, that fur hat, and it always reminds me of like a Russian hat, and I absolutely love that type of energy. So that's just a little side note. Okay, now I'm gonna tap totally in. Here we go for Indigo Angel. There we go. All right, the cards are shuffling good for you. All right, we're tuned in. Yep, I feel your energy. Very sweet. I both like her guides like to tell her. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. Let's get some card message for Indigo Angel. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 2 cards came out together. Okay. Okay. So, all right then. All right. So, there may be some beliefs that you have that might need just a little bit of a touch up, might need a little bit of a reshape when it comes to how you think and how you feel about yourself and what you've built yourself, your self identity, I would say. Because the first card, I didn't want to show it right away, but it's the Tower. So this is some big epiphanies. This is some major shakeup energetically going to be coming through. I see that full moon there in the card, and I'm thinking that's when the biggest part of the energies are going to be coming through for you, is because the next new moon is full moon, I should say, is also an eclipse. Okay, so just pay attention that there might be a buildup up until then. Like you need to do some reflecting and see what you might have gotten a little bit wrong or off. That like it can be simple things. It could be like things that you don't even realize that you have, that are core beliefs that have been in the subconscious for a while, that are actually having an impact in your life right now. You know, so you're just going to have to do some diving and digging on that one. But let's see what the rest of the cards say, and maybe that will give us a little bit of a clue as to what it is that you're needing to reshape. Okay, so the next part we got was two cards that came out together, and we got the Two of Rods, okay, and we got the Page of Pentacles. So we're going to talk about the Page of Pentacles real quick first, and then we're going to go into that Two of Rods. So the Page of Pentacles, this is a character where he is, let's see, he's the kind of guy who's basically walking down the road, okay, and he comes across a treasure. He doesn't even know what the treasure is. He just knows it is one. So this is telling me like you have a real gift for something that is material, something that you can use in the everyday world, like something that can bring you abundance when it comes to finances and stuff like that, because this is about, you know, Pentacles energy, which is all about the earth and things that are physical in nature. Okay, so this guy, he's very, very lucky too. Very lucky. So if you're going into this stage right now, it's like they're telling you do have something, but it's like you got the slab of marble to create the statue, and now you have to figure out how to get whatever's inside that marble statue to reveal itself to you. Okay, so you've been given this gift, you've been given this thing, and now it's time for you to figure out what it is. And when you do, the thing is that you have been given full control and dominion over your life and what actions that you want to take. Okay, because that's what the Two of Rods is all about. They're basically saying like there's no more playing around anymore. Like, you know that you're a manifester when it comes to what you create in this world. Like, you know that that's what you are here doing. And so therefore it's like, for better or for worse, like you are responsible for the things that are happening to you and around you right now. Okay, so you really want to figure out what it is, okay, that you have, the treasure that you have, that you need to take to the people, because that's the thing is, it's like the Pentacles are a little bit slower energy, so it's like maybe a little bit sorry, I'm just like having a little bit of issue right here for a second. For people who know anything about me, had a little bit of a flutter going on, but basically it's like they're a little bit slower to act. They could be a little bit stubborn when it comes to actually taking the actions they need to figure out how to bring that statue out of the marble, so to speak. Okay, and the thing that I really need you to look out for here is that there's a Seven of Swords. So maybe this is where this tower where you need to be shaken up a bit, because it does appear that maybe someone is not being completely full front and honest with you about all of their thoughts and all of their ideals. Or maybe that could even be you. Maybe you're holding back from sharing something with someone where it's like it could affect ultimately the decisions that they would make. You know what I'm saying? But I get the feeling it's more probably someone else that is holding those back from you. So it's like it's time to just re-examine and figure out like how that would impact your ability to manifest what it is that you want. Because if someone's not sharing all the proper information with you that you need, and like you're like, let's say you're making choices, you're making decisions every day thinking, okay, this is the way it is, you know, everyone is open and upfront with me here, and then you find out that you've been making all of these decisions based on like it being a certain way, and then you find out, oh wait, it's not exactly that way, and now all the plans, they fall to the ground. So it's like you need to figure out what exactly is going on with all that in order to rebuild and reshape your tower, you know, because you want to have a tower that's built on a firm foundation of true beliefs, like what is true. about you. You know what I'm saying? You want that firm foundation. So this is going to be a necessary growth, but the card that we got for hidden energies is we got the Wheel of Fortune. So this could be about cycles. This could be about like a repeating of a certain pattern. This could be even a repeating of something from previous lives, okay, or even like parallel lives, if you want to call it, if you look at it like that. Okay, but either way, like the Wheel of Fortune, it is time sensitive, and it's like it's time to jump on it and get that good luck, because usually it means that your luck is swinging in the right direction. It's going to be coming around, and it's going to bring something into your life, and you're going to have to make a decision on it. And you need to make sure, all I'm going to say is make sure you have all the information before you go forward with something, before you start making big plans about something. Make sure you have all of the information. That's all I have to say. I hope that helps.
No, that was great. That was an amazing reading. That was so in depth. Yeah. Man, you're on point tonight for real. I can tell,
Appreciate that.
The next person is Melly Star, and I had someone on doing readings last night, and we couldn't get hers were kind of long, so we couldn't get to everybody. So she wanted to decide to put on for tonight. But yeah. And then Kim Bamford, you're next, and then little Cameron, and then the Andromedan.
Let's go. All right, so for Melly Star. All right, tapping into your energy. Grateful that I'm the one that gets to do your reading today. So thank you for being here. Okay, so what would Melly Star's guides like to tell her? One more shuffle, and then we'll do the pull. Get it all laid out. Get it ready. Okay, we got it. Here we go. Really? Wow, we're just going to keep on pulling 2 cards. All right. 1, 2, 3. Next part of the message from Melly Star. Okay, what the crap? Okay, you guys saw how much I was shuffling those. I'm just gonna say that before we get to the last card. Okay, so for the first 2 cards that came out together, okay, as one, it came out like this. I want you to see that. So we got the Lovers, which is a beautiful card. Look at that card. Oh my God, this is like one of the prettiest ones in my deck. We got the Lovers, and then behind that we have the 8 of Cups. Okay, as you can tell from the 8 of Cups, which I'm going to talk about that first, since it seemed like it was in the background leading up, is that it looks like you had to turn away and walk away from possibly a relationship of some sort. Okay, something that you really had a lot of emotions attached to, but it was like, there's multiple reasons that one person would have to walk away from that, because they feel like something is missing. You know what I'm saying? They feel like something is missing. And so it's like, it's time to go out and find that thing that is missing, which, I always find it interesting that the 8 of Cups, it looks like it's missing something, but it's not. But what do you get when you add the 2 of Cups to the 8 of Cups? You get the full circle, the actual happy ending. So it's like, to me, the 8 of Cups is someone going out to find that 2 of Cups relationship, which the 2 of Cups looks very similar to the Lovers card, which again, this is like a desire to have a connection, not only with higher source power, you know what I'm saying, with your own self, with God, but also to have an intimate connection and know that connection and that intimacy through companionship, through human companionship, through wanting a romantic relationship even, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you had to walk away from something that maybe wasn't the best for you, I'm just saying, like, the energies we got coming forward is that there is some type of relationship out there for you. That don't give up on that, because you are building something. So perhaps maybe you left some stuff behind. Now there's this new relationship coming forward for you, and then you have to build upon that. Okay, because the 3 of Pentacles is all about building something solid, building something with a firm foundation, something that's real. Okay, because this is what this guy is doing in the 3 of Pentacles. He's building a part of the temple. Okay, and the temple is where people go to worship. It's something real. It's something that you like, dependable, grounded, all that type of stuff. But it's just at the beginning of it. It's not fully completely built already. So it's like something that the two of you, the lovers card, something that the two of you would have to build together. Even if that is just your relationship with God and the higher self, you are working on it. But here's the reason why I think it's a person, because we got this guy and he is looking at that Three of Pentacles and he's looking at what's being built. So it's like you're putting this hard work into building something real to be able to have true intimacy with someone. But we got the Knight of Rods coming around. I actually really like the Knight of Rods character for the most part. They're very much passionate and fiery. And the thing is they're very much, they act without thinking. So they can be really exciting and they can be really fun, or sometimes they can be really infuriating because they'll just do things without really stopping to think about it, like maybe how that might affect you, or how it might affect the building of the relationship that you're creating with them. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't think about it. They just go ahead and they act because they need something to look forward to. They need that carrot waved in front of them to keep them acting and going towards that goal that you want, that you would like them to go towards, okay, so to speak. And if they don't have that, then they'll just, because it's more about that for them. Like knights are on a journey. So it's more about the actual chase than it is about actually having the thing. That's the problem with the mentality of these types of people. So you just have to look out for that type of thing. Not saying it's always 100% sure thing, but that's the thing you have to worry about with the Rods characters. Okay. Lastly, the energy that we got around you, the hidden energies we got a return of the Tower. Okay, so it's just basically asking you, like, especially with that Eight of Cups that you had too. So it's like you have to turn away from something. So there's something about your core belief system that you have built up about yourself that needs to come down, that is false. Now, the example that I'm even thinking about is almost like, I don't deserve true love. I don't deserve true intimacy. This could be some kind of core belief inside you that is subconscious. You don't even realize it's there. And so therefore it's playing out and you're manifesting relationships that show you, that you don't have, like they're not really seeing you, so to speak, is what it feels like. So it's like, figure out where that subconscious belief is. It's like an energetic anchor basically, and it's holding you down from being in alignment with the type of relationship that of course we all want, you know what I'm saying, where you really feel valued and you feel seen and you're loved and you're respected and you're considered, all that type of stuff. So figure out where those come from, because it's most likely going to come from some childhood experiences that you've had. And then you need to go and you need to reparent that version of you that got that information wrong. And when you start doing that, it will start to show, like the inner world always is reflected in the outer world. So work on that, and you really will work towards building something that is real and wholesome and steady and good and grounded. That's all I have to say. And I hope that helps. Hope that helps, Melly.
I love that. Yeah. And I hope that resonates with you, Melly. And next up, we got Kim Bamford. And let me see what message she sent. Because she sent buy me a plaque. I think one that had a message like, let me see here. She says, "Hey Rob, I hope this helps you out. I really enjoy your shows. Keep up the great work." Okay, so I guess she just wants a general reading or something.
Yeah. Right? Yes. Okay, so for Kimberly. All right, tuning into your energy. Hello, Kimberly. One more shuffle, and then we'll get a pull. Yes. Please assist us. What do her guides want to tell us? Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. What's the next part of the message? 1, 2, and 3. Boop. Okay. Oh, I really like this. Okay. Oh, you're going to be happy with this. All right. Your spirit guides have some very good energies to share with you, because the first card we got is the Four of Rods. Okay. So as you can see, there's like these 4 rods, and they got these flowers over it, and there's a home in the background. So this is going to speak on you doing activities that are in your home, okay, or in an enclosed space, where it's like you want it to to feel cozy. You want it to feel comfortable. So it's like you're putting extra work into that. Not only that, but you're practicing something. Okay, it might even be with another person. It might require another person to practice this thing with. But either way, you're doing something in the same space, and it's like you're doing it as a training. Okay, so I would not stop doing whatever it is that you are doing, and just keep on repeating it, because you're getting better at it, and it also it's a harmonious thing for you. Okay, because you're practicing your magic. Okay, so the next card we got is a major arcana card, which means like this is it's a heavier hitting energy. It's more of a, like, let's say in time, as far as timelines go, like the minor arcana cards are like the details that are really kind of changeable depending on what decisions you make. But the major arcana cards are like, this is a fixed point in time. So you're right on point where you need to be. And you've been gathering up these tools, and these tools, a lot of them are mental tools. Okay, so you've been learning how to use your magic. Oh, did you guys hear my cat? Hold on.
Was that what that was? I was wondering what that was.
Sorry. Yes, it's my cat. She wants to get out. Go, baby, go. I hate it. She has to make me step away like so many times. But anyway, all right, back into the reading. So the Magician. These are mental tools mostly when it comes to like manifesting and working your world in a certain way. Like you're able to express yourself. You're able to feel. You're able to stay grounded and have abundance. And you don't really give yourself enough credit when it comes to how far you've really come, because the Magician card wants you to really stop. He asks you to stop and take a look at where you were 6 months ago or a year ago, and really see how far you've come. So whatever it is that you have been practicing and working on, like it's the right decision to make. It's the right way to go. Like you're doing a really good job. They're really just offering you words of encouragement is what I'm getting a lot of. And then the last part of the message, not the hidden energies, but the last part of the active energies, I guess you could say, is we got the Six of Swords, which is a beautiful card to get. Okay, this is the card of having faith. This is the card of being passive when it comes to continue doing what you're doing, and because you're honest, you're having smooth sailing basically, and you might not know how you're going to get to that end goal. That you might not even know what that end goal is that you want out of all of this. But either way, God is guiding you, and they are taking you to that other side of the shore, and you will make it there. Okay, so do not worry. And lastly, the thing that I have to say is your hidden energies that we got a return of the world. So the hidden energies, where like basically that you're not aware of, that spirit is really amping things up for us right now. They're amping things up for you when it comes to what you focus on, what you have feelings about when you're focusing on this thing. That, like, that's part of the Magician's tools. Okay, it's about manifesting, learning to realize that the things you think and with feelings, they're going to start happening a lot quicker in a lot bigger and dramatic ways, so that you can see that you truly are a creator in this universe. You truly are. Like, you have that responsibility, and it starts with your life first. And it's almost like put on your own like oxygen mask first before you put on another person's. So it's like you're putting on that oxygen mask for yourself when it comes to recognizing, okay, I am an active creator in this world. Once you do that, then you can start to use that magic to help other people. So maybe that is what you're working on, what you're working towards, because eventually you are going to get there. This is one of the best readings that I've seen in a while. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Kimberly.
That was amazing. That was really good. The next one would be Little Cam, but I'll get Little Cam. I won't get the Andromedan, because the Andromedan's been kind of like, he didn't get his reading last night either. So, I'll get him. Let me see here. Where's he at? I'm looking for he's right there. He says, I'm anger and rage and sadness all over the multiverse, he says.
I can tell. The cards are barely showing.
Yeah.
They're really getting stuck. What are you saying, Rob? Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel bad. Andromedan's always like pissed, you know what I mean? But you got to remember, Andromeda, we are in Mercury retrograde right now, so these feelings are going to come up. They could be coming up out of nowhere. Like you might not understand why they're happening, but like just remember that the energies are off, so that you're gonna feel a little bit aggravated.
Yes.
It could happen to a lot of us or all of us.
Plus, it kind of feels, I'll be honest with you, Andromeda, it feels a little bit like you're on this lone mission here on Earth. Like you're on this lone mission, and it's like, what but I just got like a vibrate, like a buzz here when I said this, but it's almost like you know the movie, and you might not know this movie, and I'm kind of dating myself. Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner.
I remember that. Yeah,
Remember that movie? Okay. So the scene that I'm seeing honestly about this is like, you remember when he finally, okay, like he made it through the Civil War. This character, Kevin Costner's character, he survived the Civil War, and then he got to choose where he wanted to go, and so he chose to get posted out in the Wild West when it was still wild, obviously, and he ended up being in this location, and he was just completely alone and by himself, and he just kept kind of waiting for like the other soldiers and the other part of like the army and stuff to have to come through. He was like running a post, you know, where other parts of the American army was supposed to come through every now and then, and they just never hardly ever did. So that's why he made friends with the Indians. Like, it feels like you're on a mission like that right now. And so you're just kind of like, where are my people, and why, like, where are they at? Like, where are they at? You know, you're just kind of holding the post here. So I'm sorry if you're feeling lonely in that way, but you know, I think it's a time for you to get in touch with, you know, just like Kevin Costner with the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, like try to get in touch with other, the humans, I guess you could say, the humans, other beings around you, like maybe not necessarily your own alien family, because like I said, it's like they're not coming through here that often. They're not coming through here that often. So in the meantime, you have all this time to do whatever it is that you want to do, you know, because apparently your mission is just to sit here and hold the post for your people, is what I'm feeling. Okay, but let's go ahead and let's pull some cards. Doing this to me. Lastly, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, baby boy. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so the first card we got for you for these energies is the Two of Cups. Okay, so the Two of Cups is like, for me, based on especially your message here, is like what you're really lacking, what you're craving is an intimate connection and relationship with another human being. So probably even more specifically, like a romantic relationship of some sort, you know. And it's like, how do you find that thing? You know what I'm saying? How do you make that connection in the physical? I'm talking like in the physical, because it's one thing to come on live streams and hang out on social media and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, even from my own experience, before I was ever going to conferences and stuff like that, like I thought it was enough to just have the social media connections and stuff, but it wasn't. And so like, I think that what your human animal body is really craving is that type of a connection where it's like you physically get together with someone, you physically get together, like go on the dates or have a relationship that's serious like that. And so let's go ahead and see what else they have to say. So you're craving that, okay? And they're saying perhaps you're not being willing to give up something, thinking in a certain way, even in order to have that new, better thing, because they're trying to shine the truth on you. Okay, because we got the Sun and then we got the Judgment card. So the Sun was behind the Judgment card. So it's like the Sun is shining on this Judgment card. And what it's telling you is that they're going to shine some really harsh, bright truth on you. And they're hoping that it doesn't burn you, but really, like, the seeds are fertile that have been planted, and it's time for those things to come to fruition. It's time for, it's time for those things to be born. But the thing is, you're gonna have to let go of something in order to have that new thing. Like that's the thing about the Judgment card. It's like, it's harsh. It's harsh. Like, it's going to take away the thing. Like, it'll take away the thing that you are absolutely like totally attached to. And you think like, this is it. This is the thing I want. So let's say, like, as far as like a Two of Cups go, let's say you have this idea that it's this one particular person and you like, no, this is, or a type of person. You're like, no, this is the only way I'm going to have a connection with someone. This is the type of person I want. This is the person I want, whatever it is. They're saying it's time for you to let go of whatever the ideal that is. And if you do, it will be replaced with something even better than you can imagine. Okay. You know, and if you think about it, going back to my example with the Dances of Wolves guy, even like that was what he eventually ended up having to do. He had a choice to make. He had a choice to make on whether he would continue serving the U.S. Army and at the post where they basically they're starting to destroy the lands and disrespect the native people that he had come to love and cherish. He had to pick a side. Was he going to stay with the U.S. Army, or was he going to go and live in nature with the Native Americans, whom he had now married one of them, and he was in love? And it's like he had to leave behind everything he knew and how it worked to go to this new form and way of life. But it was so much more fulfilling and meaningful and purposeful. So you need to let go of something that you cherish. But in order for the new thing to come, you have to be willing to release your grip on it and change your ideals about it, because you do have something wrong. You have some ideal wrong. Okay, the Hanged Man is a guy who basically plays it small. He doesn't realize what he has. Like, he doesn't realize, I feel like, the type of person he is, what he brings to the table, what he offers. Okay, so it's like it's time to get the ideals about yourself in order, because you're looking at something from the wrong perspective. And once you just, and again, this is another letting go card. Okay, the Judgment's about letting go. The Hanged Man is also about letting go, because it's something you're doing to yourself. So you need to be willing to let go of whatever of this ideal it is that you'll know inside your own heart. I trust that. I trust and believe that your guides and your team is working with you well enough that you can trust your own higher self, and they're going to let you know. You'll know just gut instinct wise, like what it is that you need to change about yourself. Once you let go, you're going to get things in right order. Okay. And then as far as your hidden energies go, we got the Knight of Pentacles. So that is when you're going to step into that role. That's the energies that they're trying to guide and steer you towards, is becoming this Knight of Pentacles, which the Knights are all about going on journeys. Okay, the thing about the Knight of Pentacles, though, is that he takes a little bit longer than the rest of them to start, because, again, Pentacles are about earth energy, and so it's a little bit slower moving. And, you know, we had the Page of Pentacles here earlier, and that was all about finding a treasure and then figuring out what that treasure is and how to use it properly. With the Knight of Pentacles, he knows what he has. He knows that he has a real treasure here, but he just keeps waiting for an invitation from people to tell him, hey, come and show me what that is, that treasure, that thing that you're holding, that gift that you have. Hey, come here and show us that. And that's not going to happen. That's not how it works for the Knight of Pentacles. He has to just be willing to take himself to those places and just start showing it. Just start showing it to people. And the right people will stick. You know what I'm saying? The right people will show up. If you're willing to really take a chance and put yourself out there, things could really change for you. And it's time to, because they are, I mean, these are major arcana cards. Like I said, these are like fixed points in your timeline. So I hope that helps, the Andromeda. And go check out Dances with Wolves if you haven't ever seen that before, because you're John Dunbar.
That's a great flick. I mean, you spoke a lot of truth there. I love the Dances with Wolves analogy. That was sick.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think Andromedan does need to step outside of the box and like start living his life. You know what I mean? Because like one thing I was gonna say, Andromeda, is like, you know, like you don't want to have regrets. You know, and I have regrets. You know what I mean? Trust me, you don't want to have regrets. Like when it's time to leave this world, one thing we're all trying to do is get out of here. And I hear that like one thing you don't want to have is regrets when you leave this world, because it can draw you back into this matrix. You know,
it's true.
Like,
it is true.
So, you know, keep that in mind, you know, like you don't want to have, I don't know.
I remember I saw this interview with Alex Collier once, and he basically said something, and it stuck with me because it was so powerful when I heard it. And he was like, the thing that most people when they go to the end of their life or whatever, the message he got was the thing that people regret the most isn't what they did that was wrong. It was all the love that they didn't share with people when they had the opportunity, you know?
Yeah.
So something to think about, because your presence is a loving presence, Andromedan, and people should be aware of that. And I want you to be known in the real world too, you know? I've never even seen your face. I would like to know what you look like, you know, like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good person, you know. Like he's a, you know. Okay, well, maybe we'll do one more. This is Little Cam, and thanks for donating, Little Cam. Let me see here. I just gotta, where's he at? I gotta find him here. But yeah, that's who it's for. The readings for Little Cam, and then yeah, let me see here.
Let's do this.
Oh, here he is. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Hi there, Little Cam. Interesting. Considering all the nights we've been pulling today. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of just like pull up anybody's random comment from the chat to like.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, of course. You got a fun, playful energy. Okay.
He's young. He's a younger dude. Like, you know, he's like I would say he's like 22 years old. So I think it's cool, you know.
Yeah, I can feel the freshness on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's a good thing though. I'm not saying that in any negative way at all.
Yeah.
I tapped. There we go. We're tapped in. This is for Little Cam. What does his team want to tell them? That's the last shuffle. For Little Cam. Right, here we go. Two, three. And you do have a team. That's what I'm hearing. You have a team. It's not just like one guy that really mainly talks to you. It's like you got an entourage that you come with. This next part of the message. 3. Wow. Okay. This last part of the message. 2 and 3. Wow, no wonder I'm feeling so much freshness. Okay. Because we got some new beginnings here. Okay, so the first card we got for you is the Ace of Swords. So what the Ace of Swords is all about your blossoming consciousness, basically, and being able to connect with people in a pure intention, with like a positive intention. I'm trying to think of there's another word I'm looking for, but it's like learning how to communicate with another person in a way with your words that radiates what it is that you're really trying to communicate from the heart. Okay, so you're learning how to communicate about on a higher level. Okay, like you made a switch over on how it is you're even going to communicate and relate to people, not only as far as how you talk to people, but also how you act towards people. So something majorly has shifted. I don't know how soon. It feels. Is it recent? I'm saying it does feel rather recent. It does feel rather recent that you've decided, you know what, I'm going to take an entirely new approach to things. I'm going to start speaking in a way and completely different, like maybe putting yourself out there more, maybe being more open and honest about your true feelings and what it is that you really want, you know. And not only are you speaking it, but it's like, because, you know, sometimes like you can be in relationships with people and it's like you're sitting there and you're telling people two people, they're like sitting there, they're telling each other what they think and what they feel, but they don't, no actions ever result from it. Like that's not the case when it comes to this particular time shift that you have here, this timeline shift. Because you're also acting in new and completely different ways. Like something else has like sparked your desire and your passion. And it's time to just let that drive you. Let that, like, what is lighting you on fire? What is making you want to take action on something? Because they are asking you to go ahead and follow it. Because if you do, you're going to end up in a place where you have a happy ending. Like this is the best ending card that you can get when it comes to the Minor Arcana, okay? And this is the 10 of Cups, which again, you can see those two people, it's like they've really come together. They've worked through some things. They know each other. They trust each other. It feels very stable. It feels very grounded. Okay, so whatever it is that you've had to do in order to get there, like trust yourself because you're here for these new experiences. And that's why, again, I said, yeah, there's just freshness to you. So it's like you're very this timeline that you're on is complete. It's a new one. You've shifted over into this new timeline, and I feel really positive about it. I get really good feelings about it. And then the hidden energy that, it's funny enough, the hidden energies that we got for you underneath all of it is the Queen of Rods. Okay, so this type of character, this type of woman, okay, very similar to like a King of Rods, or we talked about the Knight of Rods earlier, right? So about Rods energy, it's like There are people who like she has to be bold. She has to be brave. She has to express herself in ways that most people wouldn't even dare think to do, so to speak, And the thing about the Queen of Rods is that, and she'll have something that she feels like a little bit ashamed about, a little bit guilty about. Maybe she doesn't want people to see it, but if you can coax her into letting you see it, it is going to be one of the things that make you love her the most. Is that she for some reason she'll be like a little bit embarrassed about it. So try to coax that out of whoever this Queen of Rods character is, because she is she's got something for you to see. She's got something that's going to like spark that passion even more, so to speak. Okay, and trying to think if there's anything else that they want me to say about this and wrapping it all up together. I can't think of anything else other than like she's just a highly creative force, and she's definitely someone that you want on your side because she's a fighter. That's the thing. She's a fighter, and she'll act from her heart as far as like being a protector and stuff like that. So I hope this is the energies of someone in your life now or someone that is coming in your life, because either way, I see them guiding you towards this really positive outcome and ending. And when one door closes, another door opens. So I'm not saying it'll be the end of a relationship, you know what I'm saying? But what it means is that it'll be the ending and then the restarting of something, of it being in a new and fresh way. That's why we got these aces here, because it's fun. We get 2 aces and then a 10. So yeah, look forward to that. Think positively. I got a good feeling for you, bud. Oh, hope that helps.
I love that. Let me see here. Let me see. We got wait a minute. Let me see what happened here. We got Rachel Jan. We got a donation. Like yeah, Rachel Jansen donated. Can we do like 1 or 2 more?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Thanks, Crystal. And Crystal donated $50 on Super Chat. Like
wow.
that was amazing. Like that. Thank you, Crystal. So we have 2. We have Rachel Jansen. She's in a Cash App, and then Crystal. Can we do 2 more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then we'll probably I'm looking for Rachel. Rachel, if you're in the chat, can you put a comment so I can find you? Oh, here she is. I got her. Okay, sorry.
You got her? Snatch her up. Get her. All right, for Rachel. Love that name, by the way. That was one of my favorite names as a young girl.
I like them too, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty. Okay, so for Rachel. What is it that her team would like to tell her? For spirit guides. For higher self? For higher self. Okay. What would her higher self like to tell her? Okay. There we go. We're tuned in. We got you. Three. There we go. Interesting. Goodness gracious. Okay. So, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Smoker's cough here. So the first card, right? You know what I'm feeling about, Rob. Anyway, so the first card we got for you, Rachel, is the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so as you can see, she doesn't look like she's in too bad a shape right there, like she seems to be surrounded by some lovely grapevines. She's got a bird on her shoulder. So basically what this is saying is like physically, when it comes to your environment, like you have your needs met. You have the material possessions that you want. Maybe you have the money that you want. Like you don't really have to worry too much about that. at least this could be the position that you want to be in or that you are in right now. But the thing about this is that you don't realize is that there is a cost to this thing that you have. There's a cost to this level of comfort. And so it's like the thing that comes out with the Nine of Pentacles for me is like, stop and ask yourself and reevaluate, like, what is the cost of having the things that you have in your life in the way that you have them? Like, it might just be, it could be that you're totally fine with it and that it's totally worth it, but there could be some things that are maybe a little bit off about it that you might want to change. Okay. And now the next card we got that goes along with this, which, yeah, so it's like physically you have what you want, but do you have what you want as far as it comes to this Knight of Rods character? Okay, so this guy, we've seen him come out earlier. Okay, he's on a journey. He's the type of guy who needs something to fight for or to pursue or to chase. Okay, and when he doesn't have that anymore, he's on to the next thing. Like, even if he gets the goal that he wants, even if he gets that carrot, like, he will not be satisfied to just stay in one place. That's just his nature. Okay, like they can be a little bit self-centered, so to speak. They can be a little bit, they don't really consider other people as much as they maybe should. And I feel like this kind of is showing up a little bit for you, because the next card we got is another returning card here, and we got the Five of Cups. So it could be like, well, I have all these physical things that I wanted, and then we got this guy who's like completely not really reliable as far as like stability goes. And perhaps you're maybe even mourning the loss of these emotions that maybe you had. And it's like, wow, like you're looking again, like you're turning away from the sun and you're looking into the past behind you. And it's like, wow, it could even be positive things. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I used to feel that way. I used to feel that good thing. And now it's not here anymore. I don't have those feelings, or that person doesn't have those feelings, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Without the incident that happened, whatever those Three of Cups might represent to you that are on the ground, it's like, do not fret. Do not let yourself stay in that state of mind and focused on those things, because we are creator beings. We're manifestors. And so if you keep focusing on that and the negative feelings of it, it's like, it's like confirmation bias. The universe is going to show you things that are going to just reflect back that same thing and say, yep, you should feel that way. Yep. It's going to remind you, but if you turn around, okay, and you pour those cups out and you're like, yeah, I felt that way. Let yourself feel it. Yeah. If there is hope in the background, there's that Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is that relationship card that you saw earlier with the Andromedan. And it's where you actually have a connection that's real. That isn't just based on material things, that isn't just based on one person getting their needs met and the other person has to kind of put their stuff aside in order to maintain the connection. It's like actual real intimacy where people see you. They see you for who you are. They respect you. They like you. They love you. That's what you need to turn around and focus on. Like, that's what you want. You want a relationship where it's like, you want connections with other people where it's fair and it's balanced, and perhaps even like they don't, because I'm thinking like in combination with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like almost like someone, it's like when a parent, when you're younger, and they're willing to buy you a bunch of things, but they never spend time with you. It's like, yeah, you have all these cool material possessions, but what really would have been of value is that mental and that emotional connection. And so it's like, if that's a pattern of yours, I would highly suggest taking a look at that and seeing how you can clear that from your energy, because otherwise you're going to attract people who are very similar. And, because like we all do that. And so ultimately I can say, though, the hidden energies, I have hope for you. I have big hopes for you, because the hidden energies that we got for you is another returning card. We got the Judgment card. Okay, so this is telling you, the universe is telling you, if you are willing to let go of those old patterns of behavior, if you're willing to let go of that type of relationship, or that even a relationship you have right now currently, if you're willing to let go of those things, okay, something better is in the waiting for you. God has something better planned for you, and it might hurt and it might feel harsh for a while, but trust and have hope that better thing is coming, because it is that hope and it's that belief in it that ensures its arrival. Okay. It ensures it. So that is my message for you, Rachel. I hope that helps.
I love that. That was, I mean, I'm telling you, you're absolutely on fire tonight, like for real.
I feel it. I feel it. Thank you. I do.
So this is and then we just got a super sticker from Jason Van Leuven. I don't know him. I'm not.
I know Jason. Jason is my follower. Hi, Jason, and hi, Holland Sass Crystal.
Yeah, they're reading if there's time. I don't know if Jason wanted a reading or if he was just donating to donate. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure. Should I? But I mean, like. I know we've been going about an hour and a half. I know you have family, and so we can obviously, we can come back and do this another day too. You know what I mean?
I can't say no to Jason. He's one of my followers that's like at every single live stream. I truly appreciate it. So yes, we will.
So you want to do him next? Okay.
Yeah, let's do Crystal, and then we'll do him, and then we'll call it a night. As long as
that sounds good. That sounds good.
Or if you do donate. I'll write it down, whoever it is, and I'll make sure we do that card pull
next time.
Exactly. Or even in my stream, if you guys want to come over and hang out at my channel, which is at Aurora Diamondheart, I do pull cards for the collective at the end of every stream. And occasionally, I don't often, but I do need to do an actual stream where I'm just pulling cards for people in the live chat. So go subscribe to my channel and get a notification. Make sure that you come and hang out for more of my readings. So
yeah, definitely subscribe to her, guys. And he said I'll put this. He said he loves you, Aurora. He said Jason. That was really nice of him. So I'll put this up.
Right. All right, tapping into Crystal's energy. Lovely to see you again. Okay. There we go. Locked in. Hi there. Yeah. Okay. What would Crystal's higher self like to tell her? Okay, they got it ready. They got him ready. One. Two. Three. Got you. I got you. All right. Wow. Interesting. Okay. All right, Crystal. So the first card we got for you is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, she's very much an emotional being. She's very much an empath, highly psychic. Okay, so I really feel like this is like representing you. Okay, but definitely go with your gut feeling if you feel like it's someone else. But I feel like this is you, and it's like basically saying like your third eye is open, your crown chakra is open. You literally have like this woman, she's got lightning pouring off of her head. So it's like your energy field is very strong. Okay. It's like almost like a magnet for other people's emotions and feelings. And so that needs to be, you need to make sure you clean that on a regular basis. But for the most part, I get the feeling like you've got a really big heart, right? The thing about the Queen of Cups is that sometimes you need to stop and take a moment, since you're feeling all these other people's feelings, to stop and look at what's in your own cup. What feelings, sometimes she doesn't really know because she's so busy paying attention to all this other stuff and being a psychic, okay? Like being psychic by nature, empath by nature, that she doesn't even realize like what is her own feelings compared to everyone else's. So do that aura clearing, okay? And then look to see what it is you're actually feeling, okay? Because the thing is, if you don't know what that is, then the one thing that's going to hold back the Queen of Cups from fulfilling whatever mission she has is not being able to express what it is that's in her heart. And so if you have it clogged up and it's all, the aura is all like busy with all this other people's emotions, you'll never make sure that you say the things that you need to say, because she will, like, she's a really great secret keeper. I'll say that. She's really great at keeping secrets. But Like the point in the lesson for the Queen of Cups is to learn not only to see what's in her own heart, but also to be able to express that and communicate that. And so the next card we got for you, though, coming up here is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is popping up for people today. In fact, I mean, I shuffle these cards really good, guys. I don't understand why we keep getting a lot of the same cards. For me, that feels like it's always like the collective of us here together are all like really resonating with the same types of frequencies. And so if you see cards coming up and you feel like, oh, well, that I feel like I'm in that situation, then the message is for you too. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune, this is like a time sensitive thing. Okay, so it's like when the opportunity comes up, you need to go ahead and jump on it and take it, because it is part of the cycle of things. And it's like you're going to be blessed. You're going to be blessed with some type of abundance, some type of a good experience. Okay, like it's like almost if you take that chance of sharing your heart and sharing what's in there, it's like you're actually going to see some really good and positive results from it. And what those good and positive results could be is finally coming to a closure in a happy way when it comes to some type of situation between you and another person. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it could be. You know what I'm saying? It's basically like the evolution of a relationship of some sorts. So it's like until you take that chance, until you jump on that Wheel of Fortune and you're able to share yourself with someone from the heart and say things that you would never think to say. You would think like you would hold back. That's what the Queen of Cups does. She holds back, right? Okay, if you do that and you're willing to take that risk, the outcome you get and the reward you're going to get is going to be a really good and positive one and a really good experience. And you're really going to feel seen and you're going to feel heard. And not only that, it's going to be appreciated on the other end. You know, like they're going to be like, wow, she actually said that stuff. Like, I can't believe it. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy she said that stuff. So take a chance. Lastly, I would say the hidden energies that we got for you is we got another return. We got the Nine of Pentacles showing up for us again, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so this is about just, it's like you have all your physical needs met for the most part, right? Like but at what is the cost of that? What is the cost of just, it's almost like she's isolated. Okay, like the Nine of Pentacles, she's like an isolated type of, and like she has everything set the way she wants to have it set. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like it can feel like a cage. And so even though you have it all set up the way you want, you have all these things around you, and it's like you don't really need to go anywhere. But it's like, look at the cost of that though. What is the cost of that, of never stepping outside of your comfort zone, so to speak? Because is it holding you back from expressing your heart and getting this Wheel of Fortune and ending up in the transition of that relationship into something even better? So I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense, Crystal.
I wouldn't say, I mean, like, I hope that resonates with her, but I want to say you're really amazing. Like the way you like make your transitions into like what you're talking about and how you are pulling energy like from spirit, pulling like messages from spirit. Like you can tell you're absolutely getting, like the reason why I said that is because I started watching the classes again from Matthew's tarot class. Like, I'm trying to learn it again. So I've been like watching you do readings tonight because I want to learn it, But I mean, like, I feel overwhelmed a little bit because, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm too old to be learning something, like, But I mean, at the same time, I'm trying to not look at it as like learning. I'm trying to look at it as like just, being in this, like, what, yeah. But like, yeah, I don't know, like. I just got to focus more,
If that's the tool you were drawn to, don't give up. Listen, I did not feel like, oh my God. Do you know how many years it took me to get here to this point to where I could pull them out and read them like that? It took me since he taught the first class, which was, I don't know, I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point. It took me that long to like, and I would say it's only really sunk in for me the past year or two, maybe year and a half. That is when it's finally really started to sink in. And that was with me taking the class every year that he's taught it. Yeah. And then on top of it, listening to all his live streams when he pulls cards for people, it's like, if you're really drawn to this tool, like, don't give up. It's so beneficial. And once it really clicks, and it's like it opens up a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if there is something else that seems like it might be more of a right fit, don't be afraid to test out other tools too, because there are definitely other tools than just tarot, but I think you should go with tarot personally. I'm a little bit biased about that, so.
Yeah, I want to for sure. I really do. Like,
you can do it. It's never too late. You can do it. You can do it.
yeah,
It's a lot. It's like it's not just about learning what the basic message behind it is, but let me tell you, the card deck that you get, like the pictures on it are really, they'll help you if you just lean into your intuition.
yeah.
The pictures will help a lot. Yeah, you could do it, Rob.
Yeah, I wanted to show you this deck real quick before we get into the last one of the night. I got this. I really resonate with this deck. It's called the Prisma Visions tarot deck. It's nice because it's really handheld. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I can handle the cards really easy. But I noticed there's a chalices in here. Like there's a 2 of chalices.
Yeah, that's the 2 of cups. Let me see it. Yeah, bring it up. Wow, those are pretty. Wow.
Yeah, let me see if I can find
really
another.
like that.
I like these. Here's the 6 of chalices.
Let me see it. Oh my God. I feel like the fact that that's pretty. I feel like
this
fact
deck feels at home with me. It really does.
If you were drawn to a particular tarot deck like that, I'm telling you, that is spirit definitely telling you that you can do tarots.
And you know what's crazy about this? It feels at home in my hand, and I found it in this closet. I was looking in this closet for something completely different, and I stumbled upon it. I forgot that I bought it. And
what?
I told Matthew about this the other day. I was like, I'm trying to get back into learning tarot because, like, when we took the class with Matthew, I had a really bad entity attachment, and I couldn't focus. You know what I mean? But now my only issue is like my problem of overcoming like learning issues. I'm motivated. I definitely want to do it. And this deck definitely feels like at home. It feels
does.
like
as soon as you brought up the name and or even that you could it felt like, oh, there it is. He has found his tool. Yeah, it feels like It feels I'm trying to think of the right word for it. It feels like meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was meant to be. They literally guided you to that because like that's the deck that you needed in order to be able to remember and interpret the cards easier. So seriously, like trust when you look at those cards and what it makes you feel. Like you're basically just remembering these things from past lives because we're soul family. So I'm sure you have gone down this road before where you have learned these types of teachings. And it's like you just have to bring them back up to the surface. And the fact that you were drawn to that particular deck says something to me. It says something.
So is chalices cups then? Is that what they mean by chalices? Cups?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah. It's I'm gonna get into it for sure. I mean, like and it's cool that Matthew lets us, have those recordings so we can listen to them over again. You know what I mean? Like because like. Yeah, I definitely want to learn, yeah, definitely. Like, okay. And that last one of the night is James Van Leuven. And thanks for sticking around all this time. And I see Selena's in the audience. Hey, Selena. Good to see you.
Hi, Jason. Okay. Tuning in. Oh, hi. Oh, you were quick. You were quick to tune in. Hi there. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what your guides or your higher self has to say to you. For Jason. I'm going to shuffle this really, really, really good this time because we keep getting the same cards. So I want you guys to see what I'm doing. This is what I've been doing over here, making all this noise. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so I basically, I can't hold it up when I do it now. Look at that. Now I'm like, here's what I'm doing. You can see it. So you can. Okay, one more shuffle for Jason. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. Yeah, we're doing that Las Vegas shuffle, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, they're ready for you, they said. Okay, one more little thing. There we go. Jason, what would you guys like to tell? Okay. Three. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we got another ace card that came out for us. So Jason, the first card and the first energies that you got is the Ace of Pentacles. So as I was saying like earlier, we had like the Ace of Swords, we had the Ace of Rods. So these are about timeline shifts. So you're being offered a timeline shift opportunity, and it has to do with finances, has to do with material possessions, has to do with like physical things that you do here on Earth. Okay, so it's a lucky card, like this card and like the Page of Pentacles, like automatic luck. It's like, you know, the video, like, I don't know if you play video games at all, but I used to play Oblivion, and you would have, you could like boost your luck, right? And stuff like this. So it's like automatically your luck has been boosted by this timeline shift, by learning to become more stable, by becoming more grounded, knowing what it is that you really want and focusing on it. But it's like a snowball effect. So it's like whatever it is that you have shifted to, whatever new ways in which you are bringing something into the world, it's like because this is like a creation thing, right? It's like you're creating something real in this world, and this is the Ace of Pentacles that's showing up here for that. But the thing is like it's slow to start. So it's like you have to really, really keep pushing on it and keep it going. And it's like, don't give up. They're telling me it's like, don't give up. Keep pushing, because you are going to create something real with it. As almost like something legacy wise. I don't know what that's about, but something legacy wise they're saying that you're shifting over. So it's like something you can leave behind when you're gone, something that your children can have. Okay. So it's like, this is what you're working towards creating. And it's like, but the other energies we got coming forward for this is we got the Two of Swords here. Okay, so it's like maybe you're trying to make a decision on something between one thing or another. It's like, I don't know, should I say this? Like it's like someone's waiting for an answer on something, and you don't know which answer to give them, and so you're just standing there, like kind of froze a little bit. Like, well, should I say this and do this thing? Because you know that once you drop that sword, like there's no undoing it, right? So it's like, well, should I say this or should I say that? I don't know which one to do. And the problem with that is because you don't have all the information that you need yet. Okay, because she's literally blindfolded. So it feels like it could feel a little frustrating, the fact that you're doing this shift into this Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you're doing the new things. And like I said, it's like slow to start and everything like that. And it could feel a little bit frustrating. You're like, which one should I do? Should I do this or that? I don't even know yet. And so I would wait. I'm trying to feel like, what can we do to like remove this blindfold, you know? And it's like, I'm thinking like meditations and stuff like that. They're saying like, just be patient. It's like everything is going to come out in its right time. So don't worry when the information, like you'll know when the right information comes, but you do have to wait, and you kind of just have to hold your position and wait for and you'll feel it when that information comes. It's like they have something set up. It's like step by step by step by step, and you can only take one step at a time. It's almost like you want it. Like, I don't feel like you get really excited. You want to like jump like 50 steps ahead. You're like, no, I made this decision. I want to do this thing. I want to go this way, and I want to just jump right to the end of it. And it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So just be patient. And then lastly, well, not lastly, but the last part of the active message, the active energies, I guess you could say we got another return of this card, the Lover's card. Which again, look how pretty that card is. I love this card so much. So this is about union. You know what I'm saying? This is about divine interunion. This is about union with another person outside of yourself, where it's almost like you want to be able to protect someone. You want to be able to take care of someone. You want to offer your shield to someone. It's like, who do you offer that to? Who is going to really look into your eyes and see who you really are and say, yes, I want your protection. Like, you deserve to be seen for the depth of your character and who you are, is what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling. And it's almost like they're reminding me, honestly, of like, when I'm seeing this right now, like Game of Thrones, where when they would get married, okay, they would like put the cloak around that was like their marriage. Instead of a ring, it would be a cloak. And it's like you're looking for a woman that you can put your cloak around. Okay. And it's like you don't know which move to make yet, right? You don't know yet because you don't have all the information you need yet to make a decision or to move forward into that. Like, who would it even be at this point? I get the feeling like who would that even be? Don't even know yet. Just wait, be patient, because whatever is coming in your life is going to come in at the right time, and it's going to lead to something really beautiful, because the Lover's card is that feeling. I feel like, well, with your hidden energies, which is what I'm about to show you, I feel like we got a really positive message going forward here. We got the Six of Rods. So what the Six of Rods is trying to say, hidden energies wise, is that if you continue to take the actions, you will be successful and you will get what you want. Okay, like you will get what you want, but you have to take the actions. That's the only downside about the Six of Rods, is that people think, oh, this symbolizes success. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the thing I want. But if you stop taking the proper actions, you stop doing step by step by step, then you won't get to that ending. Okay, so the Rods is all about actions. Okay, so make sure you keep on following your heart, taking the actions you need to take, being patient. Wait for the information to come to you, and you'll feel it when the time is right for you to communicate and swing your sword, so to speak, because you are shifted over to this new timeline. Which the thing is about the Ace of Pentacles too, is that it can be a little bit of a mixed bag when it comes to how you experience it. You know what I'm saying? It can be it's going to have a mix of like really good positive abundance thing and a little bit of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of a mix when it comes to the Ace of Pentacles. But considering the whole message here, I get a positive feeling about it, and just keep going forward and keep focused on what it is that your ultimate outcome is that you want, your direct chief aim, as I always talk about it. Like, keep a focus on what it is you're trying to manifest and bring into your life, that simple thing. And God will allow the bridge of unfoldment to happen, where you take one step at a time and things just start to line up, okay, until you have the thing that you want. And I have a really good feeling about it for you. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, these were amazing. You did amazing tonight. This was really good. We went for almost 2 hours. Holy shit. Like, well, I mean, we kind of talked for like the first 30-40 minutes. You know what I mean?
We did. We went into conspiracy. Yeah, conspiracy couch.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to retitle the video, or I'm going to put something like that in the video or something. I don't know what. Yeah, like, I mean, I like doing that when Matthew comes on too. Like, we kind of do that too. And then, we get into the
Yeah, those are really fun shows. I know, right? I'm like, oh.
Yeah. So do you want to tell people where they can find you and how they can support you and all that stuff? And yeah, this was awesome.
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube as Aurora Diamondheart. I also have a website. It's auroradiamondheart.com that you can go and you can schedule a reading with me if you would like. I do tarot readings, but I also offer manifestation coaching when it comes to, like, it kind of comes in combination with the tarot reading, but also psychic mediumship. But there was something else I was going to say specifically. The manifestation coaching thing has been a really big one that I really want people to realize. Like, I can help you figure out what it is how to word things exactly the way because words are spells. So if you're needing help trying to figure out, well, I've been asking for this thing from God, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting all this energy into it. I don't see any results. Like, trust me, I have been manifesting for so long at this point. A lot of times it's just how you're wording things and the types of emotion that you're putting behind it and where your focus is at. Okay, we can help narrow that down so that we can start to help you manifest the life of your dreams. So if you want, you can go to my website, or you can just email me at auroradiamondheart@gmail.com. That is the easiest ways to get a hold of me, other than also Facebook. If you find me on there, leave a comment in one of my posts. I'll be much faster to respond to you if you leave a comment saying, hey, I sent you a message, than if you just like, oh, I haven't heard back from her yet, especially if it's Facebook Messenger. I can't, guys. It's just, I'm overloaded with that. So drop me in the comments saying, hey, like I messaged you, or I'm interested in a reading, and I will reach out to you. Not a problem. No issue. I think there was one more place that I was going to say, or one more thing. I think that's the only. I think that's it. I'm trying to, like, Instagram. Instagram, I don't really spend much time on anymore. I am on Instagram, but yeah, come and hang out. Come subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a lot of fun on there. I think I said last time, guys, it's like I basically put my most cringe worthy self out for everyone to see, so that everyone can realize that, you know, you may be cringe, but you are free. So
I love that. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, again, thank you so much, Aurora. This was amazing, and yeah, and if anybody wants to follow me, you can follow me on Typical Skeptic Podcast on YouTube. I mean, I have groups all over the place. I'm on Substack, Discord, Telegram, everywhere. You know what I mean? You can find me everywhere. You know what I mean? But
yes,
what
you
I'd
can.
like to do is I'd like to consolidate all those little groups and put them into one big group. You know, maybe I should open
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I don't know. I miss the old Telegram group the way it used to be. It used to be really nice. Like it was, you know, I don't know, but I mean, not to Discord. We had like a family in the Discord, you know, but
Yeah.
you know, it's I don't know. It's just
It's one of the few places that I've not is on Discord, but I've heard a lot about Discord, and I heard it's good. Is it good?
yeah. Like we had like a big family in there, and then you know, a couple bad actors came in and like they just like destroyed it and people left, and like I wasn't paying a lot of attention because I was like really busy at the time, and I regret that because like, you know, it's
Oh, but you're so busy, Rob. You do so with your live streams. There's not any wonder. You need like an assistant. You need an assistant for something like that, quite honestly.
like ChatGPT is not enough.
No.
You know what I mean? Like a human assistant, you know. Yeah.
Yes, yes, you really do. Someone that you can delegate some of those types of social media tasks to, so you can put your focus on all the streams that you're producing, because really that is your legacy, is all your streams. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing to witness, to see how much work you have and how much time and your life you have dedicated. So I pray that you get the recognition that you deserve,
Oh,
because
thanks. I
you
appreciate it.
deserve much more than most of those people out there that call themselves, like, you know, the higher ups there in our community. You deserve more credit. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. I mean that. That's really sentiment. Thank you. Like that really means a lot, you know. And Mario Mahara's just messaged me back. We're going to do the second, so I'm glad you brought that up. Like that.
Wonderful. Yes, you're going to have a great time with him. He's a great astrologer. Really mind blowing. The way his mind works with it, it's like you're just literally watching a genius unfold astrology for you, and it's like understandable. So
yeah, and guys, whoever sees this video tonight, I'm gonna be at it back early tomorrow. I have an interview at 12 p.m. Eastern because I the way I had to schedule it, and then I have 3 tomorrow night. But I'll just tell you, the one tomorrow at 12 Eastern is Brad Olson, so that should be a good one too. That should be a really good one. So if you guys are up at 12 p.m. Eastern, you know, or you know, if you're not working or whatever, just join in. And thanks, guys. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. And thanks, Aurora. This was really amazing readings. And
it was. I had a great time.
Good night, everyone.